Ladies and gentlemen, Friday night at Marty's, Dicey Fridays, Marty's, rock and roll. You don't understand how many people are here. It's standing room, commotion only, no reserved seating left available. There is more topless women here that should remind me of, crack hookers I met at the subway station. But they're great. You just, you can't do it at your house because they'll try to squat and then become a subtenant. This is what happens. I don't know if you guys have fucked any homeless women lately, but I had the experience recently. I didn't know she was homeless at the time. She just comes over to my apartment with this friend of mine that shows up around 4 o'clock in the morning because he's stoned. I don't know why I let him in the first time, so he comes back a second time and brings this woman with him, and I'm like, oh, great, thanks for bringing a woman. I was excited. I was like, bro, you can always come over to my house at 4 o'clock in the morning if you bring some pussy with you and let me fuck her. Sure, absolutely, but don't just do it because you want to come hang out and play online gambling where you don't even win any money. This is what people do in America. I don't know if people are awake, asleep, or fucking just walking around like zombies that just should be annihilated collectively, sporadically, and just unprejudicially at I don't know, public transit places. Because it just seems like people are fucking dead, they're not alive. They don't want to be here, they're just kind of, you notice this shit? Just watch them walk. It's worse than fucking cattle. Cattle have more direction and motivation and beingness than most people do. Fucking cows do, and I don't like cows. I don't even eat fucking meat. You can't say that in this town and get a real job in a movie because you have to say Hail Mary full of grace to the beef industry and be like, I love hamburgers and pizza, please, can I be in a movie? Seriously, it's like the fucking food mafia, Gestapo will blackball you if you get up and say, I'm a vegetarian and I just eat pussy. They're like, oh no, I can't say that. No, you gotta say, I like McDonald's, I eat hamburger, I want French fries. It's fucked up. It's who do we sell our soul to? It's not the devil, it's a fucking cow. It's some cowboy, cattle-owning, ranch hand motherfucker that owns 15 fucking Carl's Jr.'s. That's apparently who we have sold out to. And I don't have a problem with it as long as it comes with a 3-picture deal or $1 million contract. I'm cool with it, man. I'll say I love hamburgers, I eat cow pussy, I'm a beefologist, I'm a fucking beef guy, I hang out at feedlots. My first fucking orgasm was in cow shit on a fucking ranch somewhere in Texas, which was, close. It wasn't actually on a ranch, it was just in Texas. But there's a lot of ranches in Texas and cows. But I digress. I'm wearing this tonight. This is what I've been doing lately. I'll get really I'll get extra motivated. I'll drink 2 cups of coffee instead of 4. No, I'll do crystal methamphetamine to stay up. But what I'll do is I'll put these bondage shit on myself, and then it's sort of weird. It's sort of like a BDSM, masturbatory self-gratification / masochistic thing where I'm punishing myself and jerking off at the same time sort of thing. I don't know where it came from. I'm just going with it, it's whenever experiences present themselves in my life, I just go with it and try to figure out what I'm supposed to be learning out of this deal. Am I going through this whole fact that we are bound here as human beings on this planet to this existence which we didn't pick, and we have no fucking free will, because if we did, there would be a lot less of us walking around, because there's a lot of fuckers I would kill, and you would too, and so we don't have free will. That's just my opinion. The threat of prison is not free will. The 10 Commandments and good advice is not free will. Free will is if I choose to, I can whack whoever the fuck I want, not off, but in the head, and move on down the road. And there's at least 100 people that I would do that to personally, and I would probably do that to their entire families. See, that's what I'm saying. Free will doesn't exist. And then I started pondering this thought while I'm masturbating and wearing these big bondage things at the house, and I can't get any pussy on Craigslist because Craigslist is basically Dick's List. I can get 1,000 blowjobs in a month from other dudes. That's not a problem. And I haven't gotten 1,000, but I've gotten close to 20 on some months, but no pussy, none. The only thing you get from women is these Pictures of them, which are good pictures of them, they look great. They could do like some kind of, not quite Playboy material, maybe hustler, maybe lips, maybe amateur asses, you know, cultivated, like kind of cropped together, sort of like a Tumblr monthly. But they're still fuckable, at least they get you there, and you're on this whole rigmarole of this, registering for this other dating site, this old bullshit, and it takes fucking 3 hours later, right? And I'm like, I got a heart on the moment I'm supposed to meet the bitch at like the grocery store, and I find out it's a fucking scam. I got 11,000 fucking emails of this shit in my inbox, and no pussy. Can I sue somebody for this? Can I sue the whole internet? Can I just sue like the main players like Fuckerberg? I don't know who the fuck wants to be a poster child for fucking social networks. Like, dude, these people must get something, like the keys to the kingdom and then the truth, reality of the situation, which is, well, they're kind of picked by like this Quasimodo crew from Harvard and Yale, which are really like these Oompa Loompas that meet somewhere at the night, and they're all like vertically challenged people that have pot bellies and round heads, and everybody likes them because they're that way, and they sort of pick these billionaires, etc., and they bless them, and that's how these people actually become who they are. And then they give them this story, this backstory. Think about it. Remember that? What's that fucking movie with the guy? Oh, Men in Black. Like, that's how they do it. Like, they bring them into this circle room, they all oompa, oompa, oompa-dee-doo. We're gonna make you something you're not. Oompa, oompa, oompa-dee-doo. We got a character and a story for you. And then they put Zuckerberg in the middle and they like bless him, and boom, there he goes. He's out there, he's done this amazing thing. Look at this backstory. Wow, how about them apples? Gee, I mean, you don't honestly think, because if you really are awake and you really see the nature of this playing field, this motherfucker has never been level ever, and it ain't even close now. Just look at women's wages, for God's sakes. And don't even get me started about people of color versus white people. They need affirmative action in fucking prisons. Just go to spend some time in jail, and you're looking around going, there's not enough white people here. White people need a union in fucking prisons. There's not enough white people in prison, and they're coming out of prison angry at all people of color because they don't have any friends. They don't have any backup. Like, seriously. But in college, they've got fucking 6, 7, 18 fraternities. They're all white. And, well, I'm just saying Clarence Thomas is a fucking asshole. I don't care what anybody says. The guy gets up there in the Supreme Court of the United States after the whole Anita Hill. Who gives a fuck about the porno shit? I'm talking about just what he does. People are like, oh, we don't know what that is. Who's Clarence Thomas? Thomas who? Tom? Uncle Thomas? No, he's not Uncle. Clarence Tom. Anyways, fuck off. We live in America. Nobody knows anything about how anything works. The president doesn't do anything. He doesn't. So this is not Obama's fault. I want you to know this. It's not Obama's fault. It is not his fault. It's not Bush's fault. It's not Obama's fault. We have a structurally fucked up country that has a structural system that is caste-based, unfair as fuck, and no one is correcting it at a foundation level. How do I explain this to you? We need a constitutional convention. We need to kick everybody out of Washington, make them volunteer to go fucking work there, end this whole facade they call a government, and start over from fucking scratch. That's where I'm at. When I'm not masturbating at night and putting on Bonnie Stewart myself and wishing I was getting laid with random chicks who have decent pictures but not great pictures on Craigslist. That's what I do with my time. What do you guys do? Anybody? Anybody? I used to be an attorney. Not a good one, obviously. No, I was a good one, but I didn't like the law very much at all. I tried to get rich quick, and I made a lot of money, and I spent a lot of money, and I did some things that weren't so cool. Anyways, I got divorced, and here I am. I would rather be poor and happy than fat and miserable and chasing money. That's just the conclusion that I had to come to. Now, it comes with a lot less pussy, and that's sort of a learning curve that I've had to like ease into, but I haven't harmed anybody yet, and I haven't harmed myself yet, other than my heart stopped beating one night because I hadn't, eaten in like 150 days or slept, and I died, and anyways, that whole cataclysmic thing happened. Besides dying, I really haven't hurt myself all that much, and I haven't hurt others either by suing them and dragging them down to the courthouse and ruining their medical career, ruining their police career. This is what I used to do. Like, I used to sue everybody that everybody loves, like cops, doctors, hospitals, Boy Scout leaders. Like, that's the people I would sue and get in front of a jury and call them bad guys and try to get juries to pay me, and I went fucking broke doing it. That's my time tonight. Rock and roll, Friday nights, Marty's, Dicey Fridays. Come back and see us. $1 will drinks on the coffee all night long. We've got the Midget Hooker Show at 2 a.m. for you late night crowd, and we'll be kicking it live every week.